Hi. In light of everything that's happening in the media right now, especially social media, I would like to talk to you about hearing privilege. I know it's not talked about in in social media. It's talked about in our community. When I say our community, I'm talking about in our deaf community a lot. Often we talk about hearing privileges, especially in a hearing-centric world, because we live in a hearing-centric world where everything is pretty much developed and focused on everybody that's hearing. But there is a whole cultural linguistic minority that lives among us. And they are the most discriminated group of people that live among us. And they are deaf and hard of hearing citizens that live in America. And we as hearing people discriminate against them daily, all the time. This group of deaf and hard of hearing people, they don't ask for Oscars. They don't ask for awards. They ask for the most basic human thing ever is communication. And they get denied of that daily. And I know that might be a shock to many of you. Many of you hearing people that are out there probably can't believe it to be true, but deaf people are denied access every day of their life. They fight for interpreter services everywhere, all the time. We, as hearing people, can buy a ticket to go to a movie anytime we want. We can go to a concert anytime we want. We can go to any event anywhere we want without ever thinking about access, because we hear everything, we see everything. Deaf people don't have that luxury, so we have a privilege, and ironically, we don't ever use that privilege to benefit others. We take advantage of that privilege without even really knowing it. So that's what I want to talk to you about today, and how we can take that privilege and actually help and support this minority and raise them above and stop oppressing them, because that's what we have been doing for too many years and too long, and the oppression has to stop. We have hearing individuals that are in these positions, that are in venues, that are doctors, that are nurses, that are office managers, that deaf people will call to go see their doctor and are denied interpreter services. They are told no on a daily basis. And that's your most basic form of communication, your most basic human need. They're just trying to access health information, and they're denied that daily. Sometimes they're denied just simplest form of, can I go to this doctor? A lot of doctors will just deny them completely, accepting them as a patient because they're deaf, because they don't want to accept a deaf patient. This happens all the time with a large population of deaf people. And that is unacceptable. And it has to stop. And we can change that. We have the power as hearing people to change that. And I hope that you will change that now, and that you'll accept it, and you will accept deaf people into your practice and realize that they're human, because in all reality, that could have been you. In that moment when they were to be born, it just so happened that they were born deaf, or that one cold turned to a fever and the fever caused them to be deaf, or their mother had measles and that caused their deafness. That could have happened to you, but you didn't have it happen to you. So you now have power over them, and you're taking their power away simply because you're hearing. Just think about that for a second. Because you're hearing, you're taking another human's rights away. Really? That's so not okay. That's so not okay. And we have to get this to stop. We have to stop it. So, doctors, accept deaf patients. They need to be able to see you. Know that there's interpreters. There's cost that's involved with interpreters. It's all tax deductible. Just accept them. Know it. And just go on with it. Stop denying those access. Concerts. Artists. Know that there are deaf people that love you and want to go see you. Venues, just accept it. And listen to deaf people when they are asking for specific interpreters. The deaf people know who are the good interpreters. They know who's in their community and who's doing what they're doing, and they know what's going to be the best services. Listen to the deaf community because it's their language, their access. Don't deny them that. But yet again, we as hearing people strip them of their power daily. Why do we feel we have that power? This could happen to any one of us. For myself, I'm hard of hearing. I lost my hearing about 8 years ago, and eventually I'm going to end up being completely deaf. And I realize that. And I'm going to fight the struggle along with them. But why should I have to struggle? Why should you take my power away? I shouldn't have to struggle with you. I'm a human, and so are you. And I deserve rights just as much as you deserve rights. I should be able to go to any concert and have just as much fun as you have as much fun. I should be able to go to the doctor just like any other patient of yours. I should be able to go to any event and have just as much access as any of those other hearing counterparts. We, right now, as hearing people, can make that change. We can. We have to do it. Producers, executives, movie producers, why do you only care about giving a little bit of captioning? Deaf people are humans. They deserve all of it. Why do they not have value? Deaf people have value. They are humans too. They have value. Give them value. Don't discount them. They have just as much value as any other hearing person. Why do you think that they don't? So therefore you don't have to give as much access. You can only give half the captioning. Please, caption everything. Everything that's supposed to be captioned, caption it. There are tons of things that are online that's not captioned. Tons of things that are not interpreted. Put it out there. Give the access. Why do you disvalue them? Why do you do that? They have value. Give them that. They are also human. For some reason, we as hearing people have forgotten that. And if we can just remember that, we can be the change. And we can promote equality. And deaf people won't have to fight daily. And deaf people will be equal. So please, be the change. Thank you.